ladies, for joining. Say hello if this is your first Talk to Me Tuesday so I can say hello back. There we go. Here we go, Maleah. Everything happens for a reason. Absolutely. All right, Maleah, let's try this one more again. All right, we're
Okay.
back. Thanks for joining. Thank you. The music is dope. Soundtrack. Hey, Shanika. Hey, ladies. All right, everybody's joining back in. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So let's start back over, ladies.
Okay.
This is Maleah. I'm going to have Maleah introduce herself one more time. So, Maleah, introduce yourself to the GFB squad, please.
Okay. So my name is Maleah. I don't remember what I said the first time, so I'm gonna just roll with it.
There you go.
I am the mother of a bunch of daughters. I got 4 girls total. 3 of them live in the house with me every day. I am a community worker, so I do advocacy. I'm just really passionate about all things community. And I'm a military spouse, so my husband is in the Navy, so we do travel and move around a lot. So I think those 3 things really kind of make up who I am.
Yes. So Maleah is originally from Fort Worth, Texas, but currently lives in Virginia right now. Being a military spouse that she is, they travel a lot. And she is also a current Level Up client. So I've been so proud of Maleah's progress and the things that she's been doing in the short time that she's been here with Girlfriend's Budget, that we just had to share her success. Hey, Neil and Sandy. Hey, babe. Yeah, she says, see, the first time was just practice. There you go. So, okay, let's start with a few questions and tell the ladies a little bit more about you. So let's talk about 3 habits you struggled with prior to you joining the Level Up program.
Yeah. Like I was saying before, I really struggled with overspending, and neglecting my finances, not really kind of checking in to see what I'm spending, how I'm spending, and then like really that poverty mentality of like just spend until it's gone, not like a zero-based budget,
Yeah.
but like like don't hold on to that savings. There's no reason for that. Like kind of that mentality. And so, those were my biggest challenges.
Yeah. So what was like the aha moment that made you decide you wanted to get your finances together at this point in time?
Right. Yeah, I had begun getting in conversation with some other community members about economic development, and there was this really huge, of course, just like across the country, there's this gentrification that's happening, and urban redevelopment. And I was just like, I want to be a part of owning my community. Like I want to, I think the pathway out of poverty is really to own where you live. And so when I started to think about that, I had to take a mirror and say, okay, Maleah, you can't really help people out if you aren't really helping yourself to get rid of some of those toxic mindsets.
That's such a beautiful way to put it, to help your community by helping yourself first. I think a lot of people think that, oh, I want to do all these things in the community, but they don't always realize that it starts with them first. Once you put yourself first, once you get yourself in a certain position, a certain level, mentally, emotionally, financially, then that will start to become a ripple effect to those around you in your community. So
Right.
I'm so glad that you said that. Like I said in the first in take 1, I was talking about how I love Maleah's passion in what she does. She's so passionate and power to the people, like Black Panther. Like I could totally see you back in the 60s, in all black.
Come on with the black beret. Don't mess with me. I'll find one.
I totally see all of that. Self-love heals the collective, says babe. Yes, it does. It really, really does. Okay, so how have you seen your money management habits change since starting the program?
Yeah, I think since I started the program, I've been more aware of the accountability piece. the fact that you be
Yeah.
like, okay, send me a screenshot. Okay.
Yeah.
It's payday. Did we it's like,
Yep.
hey sis, how's it going? How much money you got left? Like, damn, sis.
Yep.
I was, and it's so funny because I'm a Scorpio, you're a Scorpio.
Yes. Scorpio gang gang. Yep.
Gang, right? You know, all of the things, and we're like I know I'm a hardcore Scorpio, so I'm very private and very like, I kind of take pride in being mysterious. It makes me it makes me comfortable to not, for people to not know everything about me all the time. And so my husband has always tried, or he's always been an accountability partner, of course, because you know he's my partner in life. But he was kind of like a little bit jealous because of the way that like he was like, I mean, I've been saying this all this time. I was like, no, it's different because Elle understands me. Like Elle gets me. And so I think the accountability piece has really been a big, you know, help to keep me on track with paying attention to my money. And I actually feel empowered now. Like before, it always felt like a burden to pay attention to my money, or like, you know, I always try to maybe use avoidance tactics. And so now I'm like hella on top of it. Every day I'm checking my little accounts. I got my little stock account now, so I'm watching that. I shouldn't be watching it every day, but I am.
Yeah.
I'm a novice. But yeah, I think those are the real ways that this has helped me a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I loved when I felt like you had an aha moment when we started working together and you went to the grocery store. Do you remember this? You went to the grocery store and you texted me and you were like, oh my gosh, I understand why I need to make a list before I go grocery shopping.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm becoming like much more aware of how I spend my money. Like, do I really want to spend my money on that? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
is it really a priority? And then
Yeah.
not only that, what I love so much is that we've been able to put into your budget the allowance for the girls.
Right.
And seeing the little photo, Maleah posted a photo of her girls with the allowance, and they was posted up like, boom, got my.
But you know what? I think it's a real reflection of what I've been experiencing through the program. If you can hear, you probably hear them in the background right now. But just like when I'm at the grocery store and I'm like, maybe if I'm gonna get these, I don't need to get that as well. Like, let's make some decisions. Because I want to see my money stay in my account. The same thing with them. I don't know if they're observing me and kind of mimicking me, but you know, I'm usually like, well, is that something you want to spend your money on? And they always pause and think. And it's usually a no.
Oh my gosh, that is like so amazing, because people, I think, tend to forget that kids can actually start to understand money management concepts at a very young age. Your youngest baby, Maven, right?
Right.
How old is Maven now?
Maven is 4.
Okay. So yeah, kids around that age, 4 to 5 years old, they can start understanding money. Like, okay, I have this very basic money concepts, you know?
Yep.
And as they grow up, they'll remember that because it's being programmed, ingrained into their mind. You know, like, okay, let me think of this.
Right. Yeah, and right now there's this little toy called a poopsie that she wants. She had gotten her allowance, and we took her allowance to Walmart. Okay, we social distance and we wore masks, but we went to Walmart, and she saw the poopsie, the one she wanted, and it was like $50. Okay, this thing is not cheap. And so we showed her how much it costs. We showed her how much she had, and she was like, oh my God, I don't have enough money. And so ever since, she's been really like, she organized my shoes in my room. And she's like, I told her, I said, you know what? I need to get Victory, her older sister. I was like, I'm going to get your sister to come organize my jewelry. She's like, no, I'll do it because I need the money to get my poopsie. So and she's like, give me the work.
And she doesn't even know. She doesn't even know that is a life lesson that you're teaching her. You know,
right?
Let me hustle. Let me get this money.
Let me get this money. Don't worry about her. I got better rates.
That's a businesswoman right there.
She is. I'm telling you, mogul in the making.
Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
Okay, as you know, the GFB Level Up program is like composed of three components, right? We've got
Mhm.
the money coaching, we've got mindset coaching, which is
Mhm.
so important and key, and then we've got business coaching. How do you think like the program has helped you in those three areas?
Yeah, so the of course the money stuff is incredibly important, and you have to have that technical knowledge to, be on top of those things. And the business coaching has been really helpful for me, because I am in the process of kind of figuring out what it looks like for me to work for myself. But the
Mm-hmm.
mindset coaching for me has been the most impactful because,
Mm-hmm.
just for example, today, or not even today, maybe in the last couple of days, you sent me, I had an issue with my credit, remember? And I texted you, I was like, man, what happened
Mm-hmm.
here? And you
Yeah.
were like, think about where you've been, like where's your mindset been? How has your spirit been? And it made me pause and really check in with myself. And I was like, man, I have not been caring for myself. As I'm sure most Black and brown people have not been caring for ourselves, and consuming Black death, like over and over
Yeah.
and over, and logging into
Exactly.
all the negativity. And it had taken a toll on me. And in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
I realized, like, damn, I'm powerful. Like, if I have the power to really, affect, if my mindset and my vibrations and my spirit, what I'm doing internally really can affect my reality like that, like what would happen if I weaponize that? Like if I turned that the
Ooh.
other way and was intentional about, making sure
Mm-hmm.
that I took care of myself, and I, aligned my chakras, and I, did
Yes.
my affirmations and meditation, and like pray, meditate. That's
Yes.
important. And that
Yes.
was a whole
And it's
moment for me. That mindset is,
It's everything. That's what D just said.
yeah,
Mindset is everything. It
it
really,
is.
really is because, like you said, it's you can either create beautiful, amazing, wonderful things, or you can create a lot of negative bullshit.
Mhm.
So why
Yep.
not put your energy into creating the positive? You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's see what some of
Yep.
these
And
ladies are saying.
and I was just gonna
Oh,
say
go
too,
ahead,
like while
Maleah.
you're looking at those, growing up in church, um, you're taught certain things. You're taught that, I don't know that we've been taught the best things in the Black church about our money, and about how we should manage our money, and how we should steward our money. I think I was taught, I don't know about anybody else, I was taught a lot about giving, but not enough about
Mm-hmm.
like how to care for myself first. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
so we were never taught that. And so kind of reprogramming that, and learning that it's not, you kind of have to start with yourself before you can be helpful to other people. That's like
Mm-hmm.
anti what I was taught growing up. It's like you give, you give, you give, and then God will pour back into you. But you can't give from an empty cup. Like you kind of have to take care of yourself first. And so
Mm-hmm.
this has been a journey.
Absolutely. You said a word right there that is so true, and that's a whole nother talk to me Tuesday
I
about
know.
what the church
I know.
teaches, religion, and things like that, because we could go on a huge tangent on that, about the whole giving thing, when some people are not even in the position to take care of their own bills, or pay their own debt, but the church is continuously asking them to give in hopes that they'll see it back in return.
Yeah.
So D says she don't play. I don't play about that budget. Send me them screenshots. I need to see. Bridget says.
Screenshots.
Bridget says, I swear. Bridget knows what's up. Neil says, LOL. This happened to Sandy too. Yep. Everybody gets the same.
She's
Everybody
like,
is
oh,
the
it's
same.
payday. Run me my screenshots.
Yeah.
Devo.
Run me my screenshots. Yes. Bridget says, L don't play. D says, laughing my ass off, balling on that allowance.
Man, she's still waiting. She doesn't know.
Yes.
I already got it for her. I got her little poopsie, but she's been, her behaviors haven't been reflective of what she needs to. So we're gonna hold on to that for a
Yeah.
while.
There you go. Make it work. If he says super off topic, but new girl, I adore this matte lip on you, Maleah.
Girl, crayon case, murder matte is what it is.
You have the perfect lips for it. And of course, if you would say that, she's a makeup artist. So.
I'm on makeup.
Yeah, she says that grocery list is real, especially when you're hungry. Absolutely.
Do not go
D
grocery
says,
shopping hungry.
yeah. D says imprint their subconscious early. Yes, when we were talking about the allowance.
Yeah.
Neil says what you're showing your girls is so very powerful. Love it. It really, really is.
Yeah.
If he says that's real and how you grow generational wealth. Yeah, by teaching them early.
Yeah.
D says my heart is full. This is why we do it. And Bridget's got the crying eyes. If he says mogul in the making, I believe it. Mindset is everything, says D. She says, yep, that was my family too, about the giving at the church. And Lakeisha also says, yep. So, I mean, I think a lot of women of color can relate to that, you know, the whole church and religion and money, how we didn't learn that in the church especially, or anywhere for that matter.
But you know what?
All right.
It's interesting because it really bleeds over into other aspects. We weren't really taught like health is wealth, like your internal health. Like, you know, you have to take care of your body. Yoga, like I know people to this day that feel like yoga is like, you know, like they want to, like, it's like, this is not God. Like, what? Taking care of yourself is absolutely God, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Because this is your temple, you know? So it's really important to take care of mind, body, and soul. You know, all of them are connected. So with that being said, what do you think you've learned the most about yourself since joining the program?
I've learned that I can do anything that I really want to do. I can do it. I feel so empowered. I think when I first we had our first like 30-minute session, I remember it like it was yesterday. Like I was at the gym and I was like, okay, I need to go ahead and take this call. You know, I'm gonna pause my little workout. And I went to the back. It was cold as hell that day too. And I went to the back of the gym. I was on base. And I remember talking to you and you like asking me these questions, Elle. Like you asked me questions that made me so uncomfortable, and it cut to the very heart of like I was in tears just on a 30-minute consultation call. And
I didn't even know.
no, like legit, I was like really shaken by that. And if you remember, we talked about it. We talked about what it would be like to join. I had just moved to the new area. I wasn't working yet. And I was like, well, let's wait. And so then you were always on my mind. This was constantly on my mind, kept resurfacing. And I got to a point where I was like, oh my goodness, I'm working now. Like, let me join. And the one thing that made me kind of come back to you and say, hey, let's go ahead and get this started was like, I live for a challenge. I live for people to, like, I feel like if you're comfortable, you're not growing. Do you know what I mean? And like, I don't want to be around people that are always going to tell me what I need to, what I think I should hear. Like, I need somebody to challenge me and say, nah, sis, that's not going to work. Because how else are you growing?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And so
it's all from love too, you know. Even when we have those difficult conversations, you know, it's all coming from love, because you know that my intent is that I want the best for you, you know. I want to see you win. And that's the same for all the level up ladies across the board. Like, I want to see you ladies win. So that sometimes means having the hard conversations, you know.
Yep, totally. And I think that's one thing that I've learned about myself through this process is that, you know, like, for one, I need to get the right people around me. It's important because nobody knows everything. Just like working out, you know, like, of course I could go work out and, you know, do some stuff in the gym, throw some weights around. But if I really want to get that targeted, very specific, you know, nutrition schedule and workouts for myself, then I need to pay somebody that knows how to do that. And for me, it's been really great to just kind of acknowledge that I don't know everything, because sometimes
And
I
it's
think
all
I do.
Yeah, I think we all have a bit of that in us, but it's okay. Like, we all have our strengths and we all have areas of improvement or self development. And it's okay to ask for help and to ask other people who have strengths in those areas. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not meaning that you're a failure or that you have weaknesses or anything like that. It just means, like, I know that this is an area that I can develop myself.
Mhm.
So let me develop myself. Let me
Right.
put my money there so I can develop myself, because really, when it comes to self-development, the money that you put into it as an investment is going to come back tenfold. It's going to
Tenfold.
keep coming back because you're now learning something new. You're learning a new
Right.
skill. You're creating new habits. And
Hmm.
so that's just a gift that just keeps on giving, a gift
Yep.
that you gave to yourself.
Yep. And not only myself, but it's been helpful for my relationship with my husband. It's been helpful with my
Yes.
kids. It's been helpful even like with
Mm-hmm.
my girlfriends. One of my best friends just bought a house, and we can like have conversations about our credit and like, give one another tips.
Yes.
So it's like it's helped me tremendously. And I haven't even honestly, this is gonna sound so cheesy, but like when I think about my budget and like it's not like I'm even missing what I'm paying. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I'm
Yeah,
I'm watching
I
everything
know.
grow. It's just worth it.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what happens when you make an investment. You should see things growing.
Hmm.
And people invest in a lot of material things, a lot of purchases on Amazon. That's been the thing during the pandemic. Like, I talk to
Hmm.
these ladies all the time and they're like, I'm on Amazon all day every day, because they're sitting at home and they're buying things, and these things are making them feel some type of way, but those things are not investments. They
Hmm.
are depreciating. They are
Hmm.
devaluing your dollar, because if
Hmm.
you turn around, try to sell that same thing the next day, 2 days later, you're not going to get back what you paid for it. So you
Right.
just lost money there. So yeah, that's really awesome. Um, what are you looking forward to most in your financial future?
Ooh, I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to like seeing the work that I'm putting in return in the form of like, it's gonna sound weird, but like community healing. Because
Mm,
my big goal, like my work in life is so much bigger than like any one thing that I do. And I really want to invest in my community, and I want to see other Black and brown people feel the sense of empowerment that comes with like owning where you live, like caring about the community that you serve, that you live in. And I really want to see that. And so I think that's what I'm looking forward to in my financial future. I'm also looking forward to wealth, not just wealth for myself, but wealth for my children. Um,
yes,
and that being sustained, generationally.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, really quick, for the ladies that missed it, I just want to highlight Maleah's stats. So she's been in the program for 4 months, and already came in kicking ass. Her credit score increased 97 points. She paid off $5,667 in debt, including one student loan paid in full. And she added a comma to that savings account in just 4 months. So,
It is a commas.
whoop whoop.
It
Let's
is a
let's
commas, yeah.
cheers to that.
It
Hey,
is a
hey,
commas.
hey, hey, cheers, 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 cheers. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is the last question, Maleah. What advice would you give to any lady considering joining the program? Those ladies who have been thinking about it, they've been seeing the post, they've been like, I know I should. What advice would you give them?
Do that shit, sis. I'm serious. Like, I wish I had done this earlier. Actually, I won't say that because
Everything
everything in
happens
its
for a
time,
reason. Exactly.
and I might not have been ready to do the work had I done it sooner. But if you're thinking about it, then that's your spirit, that's your whatever it is that you believe, that's God, that's your ancestors, your source, whatever, that's saying it's time. Like it's time to invest in yourself, and it's time to change shit. It's not gonna change
Yeah,
unless you change it.
absolutely. Absolutely. Neil and Sandy says, amazing, Maleah. Keep going because our community needs people like you. D says, do
Oh,
that shit, sis.
I love D. See? D from Funky Town.
Yes, y'all relate in that way. That is awesome. So, like I said earlier, I'm just so proud of your progress and the things that you've completed in such a short amount of time. Like, you came in, you did the work, you put in the effort, you followed the plan because that's super important, and you did that shit, sis. You did it.
Oh,
You did it, and you're still continuing to do it, and you're doing some amazing work. And I'm so grateful that you came on here and shared your story with the GFB squad because I know it's going to inspire other ladies who need to actually just take that first step. They just got to
yeah.
take the first step, and you're living proof that the GFB Level Up program works.
It works. It totally works.
Yeah,
And I'm excited. I
it
can't wait to
works.
see the 800 Club.
I know. We are working on it. It's going to come. Trust and believe.
Yes.
And that mindset is what's
Yeah.
going to get you there. So
Bring it.
we will make it happen for sure.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Maleah, and to the girlfriends who are watching this and you're considering, at least just set up the call. Set up the call. Take advantage of the free 30-minute chat. There's like no obligation. It's no cost to you. And just see if you are a good fit. See if GFB Level Up program and you, it's a good fit for you. And if so, then we are going to encourage you to take the leap. Take the next step because everything that you want to do starts with you first, right? So thank you, Maleah.
Thanks, Elle.
Thank you, GFB Squad, for joining. And let's see what I'm listening to. Nothing. Of course, Alexa wouldn't be working for me right now, but that's okay.
Come on, Alexa.
Thank you. I know. Jeez. Thank you again, Maleah, and I'll talk to you soon. But until next
Okay.
time, love your budget and love your life.
Love
See
your
you later.
life.